Good afternoon, I'm Kim Baez. We still don't know who the killer is, but we do now know who the two young women were who were gunned down in an Albuquerque apartment this weekend. Today, we talked to their neighbors near Lomas in Louisiana about what they saw and heard that night. News 13's Scott Daniels is in the Newsplex with more.
Kim, police have not yet released a motive or arrested a suspect, but friends and neighbors tell me there was clearly some sort of fight minutes before the murders. They were afraid to call 911. Now they wish they had.
Friends say 26-year-old Naomi Trujillo was from northern New Mexico, from a small town near Raton. They say she had recently moved to Albuquerque and had gotten custody of her 10-year-old son. Neighbors say 25-year-old May Valerio is from Taos and would regularly walk her elderly neighbor's pets. They say she had a 2-year-old daughter. Employees at this bowling alley on Lomas near Louisiana say Trujillo and Valerio were regulars there, and that's where they were, playing pool with a man until 2 Saturday morning. That was just minutes before their murders. Friends say the three walked back to Naomi's apartment. She lived at the Warren house, which is right next door. Minutes later, a neighbor told me he heard a strange woman's voice, and he heard arguing and fighting. That neighbor didn't call police because of Naomi's recent child custody battle. They were afraid to get Naomi in trouble. He then heard May yelling to someone to, quote, take care of your ex-girlfriends. It wasn't long after that security guards went to check things out. Neighbors say they broke up the fight and left. But about a half hour later, they heard gunshots. Naomi and May were both found shot. Police say one died at the apartment, the other died at the hospital.
A neighbor told me he heard Naomi crying out for her son after the gunshots. They say neither of the women's children were there during the shooting. They are now in CYFD custody.
Okay, thanks, Scott. Now, a man was also shot in that apartment. He drove himself to the hospital. He is doing okay now. Police haven't said why he didn't also drive the women to the hospital, or if he's the same man spotted with the women earlier that night. They also won't say if that third woman heard in the apartment is his ex-girlfriend.